Hello, my name is Thomas Norton, and I work in the Educational Technology Department at BJU Press. Today, I want to show you a tool called ZipGrade. ZipGrade allows you to make and print off multiple choice answer sheets for your students. They can use those to fill in their answers, and then you can actually grade those using an app on your smartphone. So you can download from um, either the Android or iOS app stores, an app that will actually allow you to grade those using your camera. So this is an alternative to if you've used a Scantron or a GradeMaster answer sheet. It's an alternative to that where you don't need the unit to grade the test, but you can just use your phone and computer to do that. So the first thing you'll want to do to make these tests for your students is to go into classes here at the top and create your classes. I have a class here titled World History. We can go in and create a new class. We'll go in, we'll call it our test class here. Obviously, you would create a class for each of your periods that you have with your students or each of your classes. Then once you have your class made up, we'll go over to the Students tab, the next tab over. And here you can add your students. You can add them individually by clicking Add New Student here at the top. And it will give you a spot to put in their names. You can actually add them to their class right here if we were to type in their names. It'll actually also give them a student ID that is what your students will use to identify themselves for the app as it grades them. I'll actually show you how to print your sheet so that your students don't have to put that ID in and it will put it in for them automatically. You can also, if you have a spreadsheet of your students' names, you can import them from a CSV here. That's basically an Excel file that you can save and upload, and you can click on that to see the directions there. Now, once we have um, our students finished, our students in our class, we'll want to actually make our answer sheets and then put the correct answers in so that when we grade um, the test, it will grade it correctly for us. There are a couple of different options for answer sheets. And you'll notice when you get over here to the answer sheets tab, they have a 20 question, a 50 question, and a 100 question form. So if you would like to just go ahead and use one of these for your test, you can do that. These just look like um, normal answer sheets. Students fill in the bubbles with their answers A, B, C, or D. There's the 20 questions. There's the 40 questions there. So you can use these. If you'd like, there's also an option down at the bottom to customize your answer sheets, and you can actually go in and um, pick how many questions you want. Say you have a whole section of true false questions and you just want to have those two options. You can go in and actually create an answer sheet for your test that way, or if you need to create an answer sheet that's um, not quite 100 questions or 75 questions or whatever you'd like to do, you're welcome to go in and create a custom answer sheet there as well. But of course, you can just use the answer sheets that they give you. And if you have only 80 questions on a test, just leave the last 80 questions blank on the bottom of the answer sheet. So now finally, once we have everything set up, we have our answer sheets the way we want them, we have our students in our classes, now you're able to go in and actually create the quiz so that you can print it out for your students. So we'll go over to quizzes to do that. And you want to click new quiz here. It's going to ask you a couple of different items. We will start out with our quiz name, which I'll just call example 1. Here we'll pick our answer sheet. So if you did create a custom answer sheet, you would select it here. I have a couple that I created, but for this one, I'll just create a 20 question quiz. Gives you a spot to put in the date, and then we can pick which classes it's going to go in. I'll click both of my classes to apply that um, this test to those classes. We'll click Save Quiz. Now we're taken to the dashboard, which shows us and will show us as we start grading students um, forms. It'll show us the charts over here, and will give us a little bit more information about each one. Of course, you'll want to go in here next and click Edit Answer Keys so that we can put the right answer in. You are able to, with these, create two different forms. So if you want to create, in this case, we have key version A. If you want to create a key version B so that your students sitting next to each other don't have the exact same answer sheets and test, you can do that as well. So you have that option. You would just click Add New Key up here. Then all we're going to do is we're going to go through the boxes here and click in our answers. So we'll put in, for these, we need to type in A through E as our answers. Of course, if you have a question where there's two answers, so maybe we're selecting all of the above here, A and C, we can put in two different letters for them. You actually also have the opportunity to edit the points over here. So if you want that question that has 2 points or two answers to be worth 2 points, you can do that. And you can go in and give partial credit. So I have A and C. AC was the correct answer for this one. If I want to have, if my students just answer A, and I want them to have that and get 1 point for just answering A, I can add A and I can add C as 1 point options. So if they only get part of the answer right, they'll get that partial credit. There's also one other button over here. It's called A and I. This is if you were creating one of these that was similar to a standardized test, or maybe you're doing a practice standardized test. A lot of those tests have an option where if you answer the question but you get it wrong, you get more points than if you just skipped over the question and didn't answer it at all. So you have that option. You can click A and I, that stands for answered and incorrect. So if your students answered the question, but they got it incorrect, maybe we'll give them half a point for that. So you'll just go in and put your answers in. When you're done, we can hit Save Key, and we can go back to the exam. And then at this point, you're ready. So you'll just download the app on your phone. You log in with the same login you used, and you'll be able to grade their test. One last thing, let me show you how to actually print those answer sheets so that your students can use them. To do that, we'll go back to the Classes tab here. You will notice under our classes on the very right side, there's this answer sheet packets option. So you want to click the download button there. This will give us the option to download a form that has our students' names on them. So if we download a 50 question form, that will download a answer form that actually has, and I'll show you what it looks like, the student's name already filled in on it, and that ZipGrade ID, so that the computer's able to grade it for them. So that will make things a little simpler under students. Of course, you'll have to make sure that each student gets the right test for these, but then they can use this as they're taking their test, and you'll be able to easily grade these and get them returned to your students. So that's ZipGrade. I hope this can be a useful tool to you as you're coming up on the end of the year here. I hope that there's some great things that you can do with it. I hope it can help you out.